Alright, so this is my test recording, and I want to see how it goes, if it's any good. So what I have here is I'm working currently at the Virginia War Memorial website, and I'm working at this slideshow that I built, but it doesn't look well. It needs to be moved up and to the sides. In fact, by default it looks like this. So of course those images are temporary images that were taken from the internet. They will need to be removed and replaced with actual images because these are copyrighted. But when working on a website, I prefer to work with actual images. I had some free images like birds and plants here before, but in order to contribute the heart and mind to the project, I felt like I need to actually have something real here to have a feeling of what it will look like, rather than having the website look like this. Come on, load. Why is it so slow? It's because you're recording. Yeah, so that's what I have here locally. So yeah, I will replace those images with the actual images, and I'll close all that. I don't need all that now. Alright, so I'll go to content. I will replace, first I will name it test image gallery, so I can distinguish it between an image gallery and a video gallery. I will add some actual images to get the look and feel of what? Too large. Yeah. The front page image, the main image, is set to be just 1 megabyte because it will only be used for the thumbnails, so it needs to be a small one. The focal point, it basically tells you when it's cropped what's an important part in it. So it'll be, yeah, I know, we'll leave that as this. Yeah, save. And now we're gonna remove those crappy images, and we will actually add some actual images, even though we know that they will be removed later. But to have the feel of an actual thing. What? Right. And saving them and having a look. So yeah, it's an actual good and feel right now, though of course those spaces are not good. Now I got this theme, so I didn't have a choice of which base theme to choose. So it has 1 pixel, 1 pixel, 1 pixel, instead of 1%, 1%, 1% left, right and top, and then there is an article margin or padding, whatever. I prefer to have margins for the layout and paddings in pixels because they're easier to override, but never mind. I was given this thing, so I have to work with it. Okay, here goes the air conditioner. It's kind of hot here. So, alright. So I need to move that. I have created, in the theme, I have created a block CSS. I actually prefer to work with Sass because it's so much easier to manage the styling. But okay, I don't have Sass in this project, and some work has already been done, so I cannot insert Sass easily without reformatting other things. So yeah, we'll create just additional files so that I can work with other developers without having to merge conflicts. Okay, so what we need to do here, let's check it out. To make it look nice is we have to add negative margins and paddings. So first article, the article top margin needs to be gone. Well, those article margins need to be gone. And instead of having margins on an article, we'll have to put margin on a block. It already has one, but it needs to be added, a bigger one. So it's a block, front page, gallery block. So yeah. And then we have a node. I'm missing sass so much. I just want to nest them, but node. So yeah, we just put margin none here, so no margins. Checking it out, much better already. Now we have to remove. Now these margins that we have here, 1%, they are not coming from the block, but they are coming from the container. So we'll have to rewrite those margins in the block. Okay, so we'll put position relative. I'm not a very big fan of doing that, of negative margins, but in this, like, what I would prefer to do is that I would prefer to make another container for this, and don't have that container to have margins. But for the sake of time, I have to do it this way right now. Okay, margin left -1%. I can actually shorthand it. -1%, -1%. But not at the bottom, -1%. Now let's have a look if it looks better. Yeah, now that looks better. Now that thing, is that a border or something? What is that thing? Container, padding, background, box shadow. Okay, so that 1% wasn't enough. Is it positioned relatively? Need to check it out. Yeah, it didn't change that. But yeah, I probably don't want to remove that small border here, because that may look actually worse if I remove it. So we'll go with that small border here for now. Even though it's quite interesting, why is this border here at all? Region slideshow. Well, what do you know? I could actually do that with the region slideshow, rather than, oh, we have in the slideshow region other content. Nice. Well, then I was right to do that. Okay. And now that block has to have margin bottom. What would be a good one? Let's check it out. A good one will be like 20 px. 25 probably. Yeah, that looks a little bit too much. 20, 23. Yeah, probably the theme will have to override it later, but we'll leave it at 23 and the theme will later override. px. bx. Why did I have that margin bottom? Don't know. No more margin bottom. Okay, so yeah, that seems to be better now. I actually had to have panning here, but because slideshows don't work well enough with panning, I could not do it in the way that I did with the other content type, like with the person. The person, if you click on it, it opens the fluid box, it's called, I think. But probably will remain like it is here. Well, actually I think I could do panning because I removed the margins. And now if I test if it has the viewport, if the slideshow has a viewport, where is that viewport? Okay, bx full pen. Where is our viewport? bx rever viewport. Here it is. Sorry, couldn't see that before. Okay, so here's our viewport, and it has position, relative, and overview hidden. So we'll unhide the overview. Boom. No way. No way. That's not a good thing. Though, is it? Well, yeah, probably it's not a good thing, so we'll have to leave it as it is. Yeah, well, that was just one little thing. We want to see how it goes. We'll probably make more recordings later.